Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're tackling a topic that's fundamental to getting the most out of your health and fitness efforts, yet often gets just a quick glance. Recovery days.
Mhm.
Most people think it's just about hitting pause. But our source material today, a section from pasted text titled Recovery Days, Are You Doing Them All Wrong?
Mhm.
Suggests, well, something a bit more involved.
Yeah, that's a really important point. We tend to get hyper-focused on the workouts themselves, right? Pushing harder, longer.
Totally.
But what this deep dive aims to sort of shine a light on is how a strategic approach to your recovery can actually be a game changer for your results, your well-being, everything.
So moving beyond just not exercising.
Exactly. Exploring that intentional recovery.
Okay, so let's dive right in. When we talk about recovery in this context, what are we actually defining? What's going on in the body?
So at its core, recovery is the body's, well, it's this amazing process of repair and rebuilding after physical stress,
Yes.
like exercise. And here's the really interesting bit. This repair phase. That's actually when the adaptations you're aiming for, like muscle growth, really happen.
Okay.
It's when inflammation calms down, your nervous system gets a chance to reset. Think of it like this. Workouts are the stimulus. Recovery is where the magic happens.
So definitely not just passive downtime. The source text mentions two main types of recovery. Can you break those down?
Yeah, it does. So first there's passive recovery. That's probably what most people think of. Complete rest, sleep, relaxation, just chilling out,
The classic rest day.
pretty much. But then there's active recovery. And this involves low-intensity movement that kind of surprisingly actually helps the healing process.
Like what sort of movement?
We're talking gentle stuff, a light walk, maybe some stretching or easy yoga, or even a very leisurely swim, nothing strenuous.
That seems a bit counterintuitive for some people, maybe. How does moving more actually help recovery?
Well, the key is how that gentle movement affects your body. It helps boost blood flow, but without adding significant stress. Okay. And this better circulation, it delivers all the vital nutrients to the muscles that need repairing, and it also helps flush out waste products from exercise, like lactate, more efficiently. It's like gently cleaning out the system.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. I know, just speaking for myself, on days I do some light stretching or just a short walk, I often feel way less stiff the next day compared to if I just, sat around completely.
That's a perfect example. Your body really does seem to appreciate that gentle nudge. Now, shifting gears just a bit, the source text also really hammers home something else that's crucial for recovery: nutrition.
Right. We usually think about that for fueling workouts, but it's just as key afterwards.
Absolutely. It's not just about what activities you do or don't do. It's about what building blocks you're giving your body for this repair job.
So what specifically are we talking about?
Well, the text highlights protein critical for repairing those tiny muscle tears from exercise. Then, complex carbs are essential for restocking your energy stores, your glycogen.
Right, the fuel tanks.
Exactly. And we can't forget anti-inflammatory foods. They can really help manage that post-exercise soreness.
One point that really jumped out at me was this idea that you shouldn't drastically slash calories on rest days. Why is that such a common mistake, and why is it bad for recovery?
That's a great question. I think it comes from this logic of, well, I didn't burn as many calories today, so I don't need to eat as much.
Yeah, seems logical on the surface.
But like we've been saying, your body is still working incredibly hard during recovery. It's repairing tissue, reducing inflammation, restoring energy levels. Cutting calories too drastically can actually starve those processes of the resources they need. You're shortchanging the repair work.
Okay, so fuel the recovery. Got it. Now let's talk about what the source calls the MVP of recovery. Sleep. Why is sleep just so fundamental?
Sleep. Yeah, it really is the foundation. A huge amount of the body's repair and regeneration happens while you're asleep.
Like what kind of stuff?
Your body releases key hormones, like growth hormone, which is vital for muscle repair, tissue growth. It's also just crucial downtime for your nervous system to recover, for cells to repair on a deep level. If you consistently skimp on sleep, you're basically undermining all your other recovery efforts.
Makes sense. The usual recommendation is what, 7 to 9 hours for most adults?
Yeah.
Maybe more if you're training hard.
Yeah, that's the general guideline. But it's not just about the number of hours.
Quality matters too.
Oh, absolutely. Quality is paramount. You could be in bed for 9 hours, but if your sleep is constantly interrupted or very light, you won't get the same restorative benefits.
Been there.
Right. So things like having a consistent sleep schedule, making sure your room is dark and quiet, avoiding caffeine or big meals too close to bedtime, All that contributes to the quality of sleep needed for maximum recovery.
Okay. Now, there's also a mental aspect to this, isn't there? I know I've sometimes felt, I don't know, a bit guilty taking a full rest day, like I'm being lazy or falling behind. Does the source talk about that mindset?
It does, and that feeling is super common, especially in our culture that often glorifies being busy and pushing hard all the time.
Yeah,
But
that's
it's
it.
so important to reframe rest. It's not laziness, it's not a setback. It's actually a really smart, essential part of any sustainable long-term fitness plan. Pushing through constantly, ignoring recovery, that's how you end up with overtraining.
Which leads to,
Injuries, burnout, hitting plateaus where you just stop making progress, it's totally counterproductive.
so seeing rest as productive in itself.
Yeah.
Part of the strategy, not a break from the strategy. It's about listening to your body too, right?
Exactly. Learning to tune into your body's signals, knowing the difference between genuine fatigue that needs rest versus just maybe lacking a bit of motivation that's a skill.
A crucial one, sounds like.
It really is. Sometimes pushing through real fatigue just digs you into a deeper hole. A well-timed recovery day lets your body bounce back properly so you can hit your next workout stronger and more effectively. It's preparing for future gains.
Okay, this all makes great sense conceptually, but let's get practical. What are some concrete things, that you listening can actively do to optimize recovery?
Yeah, the source gives some really good practical examples. The main thing is making recovery intentional. Don't let it be an afterthought. Schedule it in, just like your workouts.
So like plan your rest.
Plan your rest and plan your recovery activities. Think about regularly doing some stretching or mobility work, staying properly hydrated. That's fundamental for everything, including recovery.
Water, water, water.
Absolutely. Paying attention to that nutrition piece we talked about, getting enough protein, good carbs, and obviously prioritizing that high quality sleep.
What about active recovery stuff?
Yeah, even incorporating things like a gentle walk, maybe some foam rolling if that's your thing, or even just some mindful breathing exercises can make a real difference.
So it sounds like it's really a whole package deal, not just one magic bullet, but all these different things working together.
Precisely. It's holistic. All these actions support your body's natural recovery systems, and when you actually make recovery a priority, the benefits are pretty clear.
Like what?
You'll likely find you have more consistent energy, you'll probably see better, more sustainable progress in whatever your fitness goals are. And, hugely important, you'll significantly lower your risk of getting injured.
So the big message here really is that recovery isn't just passive time off. It's an active, vital part of the whole health and fitness picture. It's not just downtime.
Yeah.
It's uptime for repair.
That's a great way to put it. That's the key takeaway. By shifting your mindset, being more deliberate, incorporating active recovery, fueling properly, sleeping well, respecting the mental need for rest, you can really unlock a new level of progress and honestly, just enjoyment in your fitness journey.
This has definitely given me a fresh look at my own recovery habits.
Right.
Makes you realize those off days are just as critical, maybe even more so sometimes, than the days you're pushing limits.
It's recognizing recovery isn't some kind of luxury add-on. It's a fundamental investment in your health, your performance, your long-term well-being.
Right. So for you listening, maybe take a second to think.
Hmm.
How could actively prioritizing your recovery unlock something new for you? More energy, better performance. What's one small intentional step you could take, maybe even today, to be more proactive about it? That's definitely something worth exploring.